Hello everyone, welcome to this video, and in today's video we are going to run on how to use Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio for database activities. If you are new to this channel, please consider to subscribe, and also for the materials that we are going to use, or the tool that we are going to use in this video, the links are attached in the description below. So before anything, remember to download them so that we're going to be on the same boat. Thank you. So this is what we call Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio. Actually, it's a free. This is a free edition. This is a free edition tool, and you can be able to get it without maybe paying any fee. So uh, it's a free tool. So for the procedure for installation, you can check the link below. You can able to follow everything. So in today's video, what we are going to run is we are going to run 4 things in today's session. So we are going to run on how to create a table, how to insert, and how to update that kind of table in SQL Server. That's what we are going to run today. So how do you start? So that's the main thing. How do you? So you have done your installation. The next thing to do is to start your database activities. So you must have a goal, an objective, and so on. So this SQL Server actually is so helpful in database management activity. Now, once you download this tool and you have updated it and you have installed in your laptop or desktop, so you can just open it. So you open it, you just search Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio and you open it up. Now this is how it looks like. So as you can see, we have file, we have edit, view, tools, window, and help. So if you click file, you'll be able to see there's an option of connecting object to Explorer. You disconnect object, you have new, you can create new project, new query, and so on. So you can open maybe an existing projects or database and so on. You can save recent files, you can be able to check them there, and so on. Now after that, you can be able to check. We have databases, we have security, we have objects, applications, always on high availability management, integration service catalog, and so on. So for instance, since we are interested, okay, we are not interested on the other activities, I mean other tools here, but we are interested on the database. So if I just click on the database, now you'll be able to see the databases the databases available in this tool. For instance, we have system databases. So if you click here, you'll be able to see 4 system databases. So we have them the database, we have MS database, model, and master. So since this just these are just for the database, so I mean system database, so I don't there's no need of us maybe interfering with them. So we don't need to interfere with them now. But you can be able to check if we have any like tables. If you want to see tables and so on, you can follow that procedure. But as per now, let us avoid interacting with this system databases. But I want you to look at the, if you check this database, I want you to check everything. Yeah. Now, like you can see, there's Worker, WDSS, then Adventure Works 2019. Now, these workers and WDA, so this is one of the databases. These are some of the databases that I've created in this, and I'm going to show you in the next few minutes on how to do it on your own, so that you can be able to create your own database, you can be able to interact with it, and so on. And now, these adventure workers, Adventure Works 2019. This is now actually the backup data that I downloaded. So the links below you can find the link below in the description. Just click that link and you'll be able to do what? To download this Adventure Works 2019. Now this Adventure Works 2019, if you just maximize it like this, you'll be able to see a number of you go to tables, check here and you go to tables. Now you'll be able to see a number of databases in this data in Adventure. So we have DBO, AW building fashion, database rock, error, human resource, we have production person, password, email. So email, we have locations, the culture, documentation, and so on. So if you, like for instance, if you are going to download this tool, you'll not be able to find any database in it except the system databases. So if you want to add this adventure, since I have included the link below, just download the link. Then after downloading the link, go to your file explorer. I want you to go to your file explorer, then go to like local disk C. So you see where we have local disk C. So I want you to add that adventure to this to your database. Then you go to program files, then locate the Microsoft SQL Server. So you can be able to see Microsoft SQL Server. Then go to MSS SQL 16 server, just like that. Then open it like that, and go to backup. Now, in your case, you'll find that the backup is empty. If you open this backup, you realize now this backup is empty. But now we want to put this adventure works in it. So you just copy paste after you download that the backup data, copy it, and you just paste it here, and you just paste it here. So after that, just close this window after you paste this in your in your backup. So you close that. After you close that, you refresh the server. Now you'll be able to access now this adventure works 2019. So this is a backup data, and I've just attached the link to it below. Good. Now the next thing after that, you'll be able to see, you can see data to by 4 SQL server. Now this is the server I've connected to. So if I want to disconnect, you can just click here, disconnect. You can see it will be like that. But if you want to connect, so connect, there's the options where you can connect. You can now connect to analysis services, integration services, reporting services, Azure storage, and so on. But we want to connect to database engine. So as by now, we are working with the database engine. So just click on the database engine. So that's after you have downloaded your SQL server, you have installed it. Now you want to connect to the server. Now this server name, actually this is by default, it will take the name of your desktop or the laptop. That's the server name by default. So like in this case, Data Hub 254 is the name of my laptop. So now the service type you can see is a database engine, the server name. So you can be able to browse more, but by default it takes that one. Then on authentication, so instead of we have so many, we have SQL Server authentication, also directory, and so on, password, and so on. So we let us take this Windows authentication. You just take that one, then you just click connect. So immediately you connect, that's when you'll be able to have these windows. So but before you connect, now it will be just empty. So after you connect, you'll be able to check the database like this. Now for your case, if you have followed the procedure that I had mentioned earlier, how to download the backup data and paste it in your server, you'll be able to have that data. Great. Now after doing that, and after showing you how to add the backup data to your SQL server, now it is time for you to run on how to create a simple table to insert and update that kind of table in a SQL server. Now, what you do, the first thing you do, you go to a new query. So you see there's an option for you to do what? There's an option for you to create a new query. So in this SQL server. So click on new query. So you click on new query to open a new query. So where you'll be able to create your table. Perfect. Now this is how the SQL query looks like. So you can see this as SQL 1, and it has been saved to our database, and actually by now it's not named. So we want to create a table. So I want you to, in this case, you can use n what? You can use n table. So since this is just a training on how to do it, we can just rename our database and maybe our database is first as a training database. So first, I want us to put, to put some annotations or comments. So to do that, use a backslash asterisk followed by asterisk, just like that. And now say maybe first one, create a database, just like that. Create a database, just like that. Now you just press enter. Then now we want to create a database by the name training. Okay, let us now use create database. Now the name of the database is training. So training. Then the next thing that follows, so if at this point you can just execute, so you can be able, you can highlight, if you want to execute a single line in a database, you can highlight and use function 5 F5 to just execute on that line. So you can see this executing, and now you can see there's a message for us, command completed successfully. So it means now everything, we have created this database by the name training. So after that, press enter. Now let us say we want to use that kind of database, so use training. Now that's our second word. That's our second command. Use training. So we are going to use this training database. So you can use function 5 and you execute it. So you can see command completed successfully. So up to this point, you have already created your database. That's a great thing. So congratulations. So you have created a database. So now we are still building this database. We are updating it. So we want to include more information to this database. So and so on and so on. So what you do next, you can skip one line just like that. And now we want to create a table. So remember when when you, for instance, if you check these databases, for instance, let us say the adventure, the backup data that you have downloaded and you have included in your database. So if you expand this database, there are some files. So you see, we have database diagram, tables, views, and so on. So there's this part of table. So if you extend this table, you'll be able to see the table that are in this database. So in our case, the Adventure Works 2019 is just the database. But in the database, if you explore it, you'll be able to see tables in it. So it's the same thing. That's what we are doing. So in our case, the training is just the database. It's like now this the Adventure Works 2019. It's just a database. It is empty at this point. So we don't have tables in it. So it's now time to include tables in it. So for instance, actually, if you right click another option of creating, if you right click in your database, you see there will be so many ways of activities that you can do to this. You can rename, you can delete the database, you can name the database, you can refresh, you can I want us to focus here. You can create a new query, you can script database S. So you can go to create to, and you can now create a new query, edit a new window. So for instance, if I do that and you do this, so you can see you'll be having a new query window whereby now you'll be able to access all all the codes that were used maybe to create this database. So you can be able to see everything from here. Now, and if you want to include a new table, you can just click there and they do it. So under the table, we have tables already. Tables here. You can be able to see new table. You can be able to create a new table direct. But I want us to do from scratch so that you can be able to understand. So let us go to where we were. So we were at this point. So we are creating a table. So create table. So that's the second step or the second activity you want us to do. create table, just like that. Now this table we are going to create, we name is so create table, we are going to rename it as training underscore table, just like that. I want us to call it just like that. Then after that, you open, you start trying to open. So in this table, I want us to have the, let us say, ID. So this actually, we normally call this a primary key. So wherever we have maybe some duplications, this will help us. So it's good to have a primary key. So this primary key, it is an integer. So it's just an integer, and this is what we call primary key. So this is important. We can just like that. Now this training table, it has the name of the trainees and maybe their actually this is about their maybe demographic characteristics. So ID. Now you have the first name, just like that. Now this first name is for a character. Just start the type for a character. You can use the rank that's 50. So just 50 is just the rank there. This is the type of the data. So the type of the data type is for a character. So the rank is 50. Now you press comma, then last name is important. Last name, just like that. Now this data type is for a character. So that's why we do like that. Then the rank is why we use 50, just like that. Then now we move to the age, maybe the age. We are interested in the age. The age we can use even float. The data type is float. Then we have what the location. Let us maybe say location. We have the location. We file character, data type, file character. Then the rank, we let us use 50 as well. It's the maximum. So after doing that, sorry, we have missed a comma here. Data type for float. So I think the last one we can okay, no, this one let us use the weight. Maybe wait. Okay, let us use salary. Sorry, let us use salary. Maybe the salary. This are float. Just like that. So after that, I'll just close. So you see, this is opening and the closing. So we have closed that what all this activity. So what we do is we can just now highlight this and create and use function F5. So you see now commands completed successfully. So up to this point, it means we have created a database by the name training. And in that training database, we have included a table by the name training table. And this training table, it has the following features or the following columns. So we have ID, which is primary key. We have first name, last name, age, salary, and so on. And we have closed that. Good. I think it is time for us to see that table before we continue with anything. So before that, let us go to file. We want to save this table. File, go to save as query. So it will take me direct to where you can save your queries. So you can create a folder if you don't mind, and so on. So we call this as a training. Can save that to training, just like that. Then after that, press you can just click save. Perfect. So you can see immediately at the top here we have now done what saved that this query of ours. Good. After doing that, you can just go back here to databases, our databases, just like that. Just right click on your database. Then you do what? You refresh the database like that. So immediately you refresh that, just click this arrow. You'll be able to see the training. Now you see, initially in my case, I had 3 databases: WTA, Sales, Worker, and Adventure. But now you see, we have done what? We have included a new database by the name training. So if you expand this training, now you'll be able to see tables. So go to tables, expand that as well, and now you'll be able to see DPO training. So it means at this point we have included our table. So that's how you, if you are with me up this point, it means you have created your database and a table. So congratulations. That's the first thing. Now the next thing, now we want to upgrade this table of ours. For instance, we want to do what? To insert values, maybe to then from there we update it, just and so on. So what you do, the next is select from. Now select from. Now the name of the table is training table. That's our table, just like that. Now highlight this, use function 5 to run to execute it. So immediately you execute, now you'll be able to see the column. Now we have the ID, which was our primary key, first name, last name, age, and the salary. But you can see at this point we don't have any values in it. So that's now what we're going to do at the moment. So after that, now you can insert this and say insert values to the table. Just symbol like that. Files to the table, just like that. Now this, so in insert, so use that command insert into the name of the table, which is training table. So that the database, the table is that one, training table, and insert into training table values. Now that's the name of the, open the bracket. Now the values, we are starting with the ID. Now let us say this ID is ID 001. Then the first name, let us call this as what? The name is even Felix. That's the first name. Then the last name, call him Felix Elix. Just like that. It's just for training, so don't worry about the names. That's the last name. Now the age. Next is the age. The age is his age is 45, and the salary is 6,000 maybe dollars. I'm talking about dollars, just like that. Now, if you do this, you can have this, and you use function 5. So one row affected. So it means at this point now we have done that, we have updated that. So if I go back and execute this now and use F5, now you'll be able to see we have what row 1 now. So Felix Elix age is 45, this is 1,000. Perfect. Now I can even able to, you can insert a new one to this. You can also copy this. Now insert, so I did 2, and now this one is Airy Adcom. Its age is 55. Let us say we want to use 2500. The same, good. So you also highlight this and use 5. So one row affected. So if you go back and execute this, you'll be able to see the rows are affected. So we have now the second word. We have the second name, or the second value, yeah. And the third, let us use at least maybe 5. Just like that. So the important thing here is the ID 3, 4, 5. So you can see if you have even 100, this is how you add this to your database. You can create a database and you you enter the information to it just like this. Now let's call this maybe Mary. Okay, I can use my name Wilfred. Wilfred, the analyst, just like that. So the last one I can use even Tiran affix. Yes, that's an example. One mail what Andrea. Yeah, that's like that. Now you see, so we have to. I think we had updated the two, so we have to update these three as well. Perfect. So row affected, row 2 so affected. So if I were to select now at this point and execute this, you'll be able to see. Now I've created a data. We created a database by the name training, a table with this ID, first name, last name, age, salary. So oh sorry, I did not done what. Okay, you see, like in my case now, I forgot to update this salary and so on. So we are going to see and how to do that. Now, after that, you see you have created a table and the file is on it as well. So we have a database. So already now that's how you can create a database up to that point. Now, let us say we want to maybe delete some, like for instance we are not interested on ID number 2. We don't want this person from our database. So if we want to remove them, for instance, so say delete. How to delete a database? Delete from training underscore table, just like that. So if I want to delete, so what I do, I'll use delete function. So delete now from. So you must specify the table from now training table, just like that, training table, where I can use ID, where ID is equals to what? Is equals to 2. So I don't want this person number 2. So where ID is equals to 2, just like that. So if I do that, I just write like this. Use fi function. So row 1 affected, you can see the message, so no error. So if I go back and execute this, now you realize ID number 2 is not there. So it's 1, 3, 4, 5. So we have deleted that kind of ID. So from here you can subset, you can select those maybe if you have a big database, you can be able to select maybe those that have a salary maybe of 65, or those have a salary of maybe less than $6,000 and so on, or 5,000 and so on. It's depending on what your objective is at the end of the day. But now what I wanted to tell you or to show you is how to familiar, like it's this like familiarizing yourself with the SQL server, how to work with the SQL server, how to create a table, how to update the table, how to add the values to the table, and how to include to create a database and include it in your database. So it means if at the moment if you have a company, if you have a business and you want to store all your information in a database, so this is the way, this is how you can do. You just click a database, you just use the name of your choice. Make sure, okay, it will take time. Just sit down, open your SQL server, create a database, and so on. So include all the information you want in that database. After you do that, so then you have a database like this. So it means at this point, if you just go back now here, so and you open this database, the database, sorry, now this database. So it means now you can be able to share this database or this kind of database. You can be able to, like, you can also retrieve the information maybe later. So and that's the importance of this SQL server. So I think up to this point you've run something, and this is what I wanted you to run today: how to create a table, how to update it, how to use delete function, and so on. So if you have an question, if you want to be trained on this, so just don't forget to comment in this video below in the comment section. Just comment there and I'll reach you out there. So that's it for today. See you next time. Thank you.